Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Oil. We're here today in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida for the 2017 Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. And with us today, we have a very special guest, Thom Dammrich, the president of the NMMA. Thom, thanks for being here with us today.
My pleasure, Christine.
We really appreciate it. So for some of our viewers that might not be familiar with the NMMA, why don't you start off by giving us just a high-level overview of the organization and the key role that you all play in growing boating?
So the NMMA is an association that represents manufacturers of recreational boats, marine engines, and boating accessories. And we're really focused on two key things, and that is advocacy on behalf of the industry and the boating public, and growing the market for recreational boating. We manage the industry's Discover Boating campaign, which seeks to reach out to potential new boaters and help answer their questions about boating and make it easier for them to get into boating.
Sure, so on that topic, there was a recent NMMA study that 142 million Americans went boating in 2016. That's fantastic.
It is, and this was the first year we measured adults and children. In the past, we'd only measured the number of adults over 18 who went boating, but this year we included children, and the number jumped to 142 million, but about a half of them are children. One of the great pieces of news from that study, though, was that 17 million Americans went boating for the first time in 2016, and nearly a third of them were Hispanic. So we were really pleased to see people embracing the boating lifestyle.
So at Volvo Penta, we have a strong focus on making boating easier and more enjoyable for all. But there are still some perceived barriers to entry that exist in the market. How does NMMA and the boating industry as a whole work to combat some of those perceptions?
There's two things. One, we're seeing a tremendous amount of innovation in the industry, and companies working together to innovate together to make boating easier. Things like the joystick docking and other tools that are being brought to boating by companies like yours are making boating easier for people. And then the other part is it's just educating people. You know, when someone gets into boating, the more they know about it before they get started, probably the better experience they're going to have. And so through our Discover Boating campaign, we work very hard to help educate people about what to expect. You don't have to own a boat to go boating. The sharing economy has reached the boating industry, and we have organizations where we have peer-to-peer boat rentals. There are boat clubs. There is fractional use arrangements. So there's lots of different ways for people to get on the water very, very affordably.
One of the things we've been most excited about at Volvo Penta in recent years was the introduction of the Volvo Penta Forward Drives, completely revolutionized the water sports industry. How important does the NMMA see on-water activities like wake surfing and fishing to growing boating?
The fastest growing boat segments are the wake and ski board boats, so the water sports, the saltwater fishing boats, freshwater fishing boats. Fishing and water sports are huge activities and the main reason a lot of people get into boating.
So what's next on the horizon? Where are we going with boating?
The big discussion is what are millennials going to do as it relates to boating? And the studies we've done show that millennials actually have a higher propensity to boating than baby boomers did. We're very optimistic that boating has a very bright future. I think as the millennials get more involved, we're going to have to cater to their needs. We have to provide more connectivity on the water because they like to be connected. So I think that the industry is going to continue to work together, create a better experience for the boating public, and make sure that our state and federal governments are allowing the access that boaters need to enjoy the boating lifestyle.
Well, thank you so much, Thom. We appreciate you being here today, and also for all of the work, fantastic work that NMMA does to support Volvo Penta and the industry.
Enjoyed being here with you, Christine. Thanks.
Until next time.